What's going on, guys? Stefan here with you, S&E's Garage. Today we're in the shop with our 2005 GX470, and we are going to be relocating our winch solenoid box under the hood using a couple of pieces. So what you're going to see here is the solenoid pack here for our Warn Evo 12S winch. And with this bumper, unfortunately, the solenoid does not fit on top of the winch. There's just not enough real estate under here for that to work, as you will see here. So what we decided to do is we're going to end up relocating that guy, and we're going to be putting it right here. And what we are going to be using it to mount there is the Goliath Off Road accessory mount, which mounts right here next to the brake booster. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get this set up, we're going to mark our holes, we're going to drill them, and then we're going to make some battery cables here to extend the cables with our winch. We are using 2-gauge marine grade tinned copper battery cable, and we are also going to be using these iCrimp battery cable crimpers. And then we have some 2-gauge battery lugs and heat shrink. Your finished product should look something like this. But I'll leave all this stuff in the video description below. I'm going to show you how to wire it. And we're going to get this winch running today. So first off, let's go ahead and remove a couple of brackets here that we need to remove. We need to remove this 12mm and this 12mm because the new Goliath off-road mount is going to be utilizing those two threaded holes in order for this system to work. So let's get them out of the way, relocated, and pick it up from there. So we just went ahead and completely removed this little bracket here, and then I removed the 12mm from here and just bent this piece down so it's still held on with one bolt down there on the fender liner. It's going to be fine. So now we're going to go ahead and set our Goliath in place and just make our adjustments here and get it ready to go in. So those two holes right there are the threaded holes that the bottom bracket here is going to be bolted to support the rest of the bracket. So you're going to need an M6 by 1.0 tap. It's one of these guys right here. I'll leave one in the video description below. You're going to spray some PB Blaster or your favorite flavor of lubricant, and you're going to run this tap through there, and you're going to clean those threads up. That way you don't jack up your new bolts as you go to put them in. So let us go ahead and do that, and we'll show you the end result, and then we'll go ahead and put the bottom part of this bracket in. So the whole reason that we clean those out with a tap is so that we can come here and do this and thread these in by hand. Otherwise, you'd literally be fighting them in the whole way, trying to plow through all the rust, dirt, and grime that the truck has accumulated over the past 20 years, because the weld nuts for them are right here in the wheel well just above the shock tower. So they're getting blasted with road grime, salt, dirt, debris, you name it, it's in there. So realistically, a tap is almost 100% needed in order to do this install easily. So we're going to go ahead and install this bracket the rest of the way. We're going to tighten that up, and then we're going to grab the main plate, which is over there on my toolbox, and get it into place. And then we're going to go ahead and slap our winch solenoid box on top of that. And we're just going to kind of mock it up and see exactly where we need to drill our holes. And then we're probably going to take it back off and drill it off of the car, just so I don't accidentally drill through something important in this area here, because there's a lot of important stuff going on in this corner. So what we have here is 2 of the 3 wires that we need to make already made and ran. You'll see the way I ran them is over here across the front of the battery, and then we come out here by the condenser, wrap around, and into the winch. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to make the 3rd wire together. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go over to the toolbox. I'm going to set you up on the tripod, and we're going to crimp this end on our wire reel, which is down here. We're going to run it through our chaseway here, up, connect it up to the relay box, and then bring it back here, and we'll size it to about the size it needs to be, cut it, crimp another end on, and then we'll connect it. So the way I like to do this is I'll go ahead and I'll take my lug and I'll line it up here with the wire so I have an idea of exactly where I need to cut. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to do just that. We're going to cut that amount of insulation here off of the wire with this razor blade. You're just going to be very careful. You don't want to cut yourself. I like to just go around the wire in a circle, and then I like to make a slit across it just like this, and then you could basically just peel the insulation off around your cut. Okay, then you're going to just take your wire, bunch it up together, and then I like to try to spin this when I put it on. Sometimes it helps it go on a little bit easier. Just want to make sure you get all of the strands of wire into the lug. And then you're going to take your crimpers here. We are using 2-gauge, so we are using the brown adapter here on this guy. We're just going to go ahead, grab this. I like to go in the middle, maybe a little bit closer to the wire, and you're just going to squeeze. Okay? And that's going to crimp this lug onto the wire. So now we're going to open up our package here. We're going to take our heat shrink, slide it over the wire, and then we're going to take our lighter and we're going to go ahead and heat shrink this. I left my lighter over by the truck. Let me go get it. We're just going to heat shrink this. This is going to give us a nice watertight connection. Even though we are using marine battery cable here, like I said, this is rated for marine use because it is tinned copper. We still don't want this to corrode or get wet, and heat shrinking it is going to give us the best chance of that not happening. So now we're going to go ahead and stick our wire through the same route that we ran the other ones. I always like to try to follow the same route so that you know where all of your wiring is going. Up it comes. It's unfortunate that we have to relocate this box like this because instead of just running 2 wires to the winch, now we have to run 4. So it's unfortunate, but it's the name of the game, I guess. So we'll just pull some of this slack back through here because we've got a little excess wire. It's going to get in our way. Let's get this power wire out of our way right now. We don't need it just yet. I'm going to run this right to this lug. Washer. Lock washer. And bolt. Okay. So we've got all of our connections made here. Now what I have to do, now that I have this routed, I have to take this plate back off because the Warn winch cover screws in from the bottom. So now that this is all mocked up, we can take this back off. We can screw that back on, plug this back in, and then all we have to run is power and ground to the relay box. But first, we need to make our connection at the winch. And at the end of the day, this is what your install should look like. We went ahead, we reinstalled our factory covers here. We have our winch controller here sitting right on the bracket. The only thing I am going to do is I'm going to take this ground wire here that grounds the solenoid pack. I'm going to run it under this panel along with all the other wires. We tucked everything underneath, and I put a little bit of plastic trim or rubber trim on the sharp edges of this guy, anywhere that those heavy gauge wires could rub, because I don't want them to short out. That would not be a good situation. But everything's good. The winch is nice and hidden. And if we go ahead and turn it on, everything works as it should. So if this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. Consider buying some of the things that we used to do this install from our Amazon affiliates page. I'll link them down below. If you do that, it does help the channel out, and we do get a small cut, and it allows us to be able to continue to do things like this with you and for you. I really enjoy making this content. I enjoy building these trucks. We did this Jeep here on the channel. We're going to be doing more to the Lexus on the channel, the other Lexus, and we appreciate it. So again, like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one.